Of course, this is Van Den BZ00, about to play the DLC to Bioshock Infinite, starting with Burial at Sea, Episode 1. And here we go. And I'm going to do it on 1999 mode, and this is going to be brutal.
We're closed.
You don't look the sort who can afford to turn down legitimate work.
What do you want?
How about we start with a light?
Well, you got a name, miss?
That's cool.
Elizabeth. You can call me Elizabeth.
What can I do for you?
There's a girl who needs to be found. Maybe you've seen her.
This girl. This girl's dead.
You know her.
You'll see dozens of her tied down by the docks or the slums in Apollo Square. Orphans. With Fontaine's charity shut. No place for them.
But her you know.
As I said, girl's dead.
Lost.
Look, I don't know where you get...
Lost isn't dead. Name your rate, I will pay you for this work. But you do this one gratis, wouldn't you?
I don't follow.
Something tells me you will. Seems my instincts were correct.
Where's Sally?
I don't know, but I know someone who does. Follow me.
It's nice to see Rapture, well, more or less intact.
What's this girl to you?
What I need from her is my business. I know where to start. Something tells me a man with your particular talents could be useful.
Ryan, he's a bigger fish in an awful smaller pond.
Anything you say, pal.
If I was on why not three?
Oh, I heard about your little friend. Such a shame.
So sad. If we were all made from common clay, then Einstein would have remembered. Edward thinks the way to my heart is
Just a matter of time before Ryan's goons round up anybody talks bad about him. I mean, just look.
Hey, keep moving, buddy.
What happened to these children? What are they?
Where have you been? Cabin in Arcadia? Little sisters. Atom factories.
It's grotesque.
Compromise? Is that what?
Come on, we haven't got all day.
Grappling hook drill. Now that's cool.
On with it. Do you have any idea how valuable my time is?
Ryan's been good to me. Few are the patrons who truly understand the struggle of the artist. But even I was a little leery when he shuttered Fontaine's business and sent that bald buck to a grave deep in the briny. But when Ryan buried all of Fontaine's pals in that department store, someone had to find a home for all those freshly minted orphans. And if I turned $1 or $2 in the process, you can hardly blame me for doing well by doing good.
DeWitt? The Hostic sees you, he'll toss you out on your ass again.
Just say the
Funny,
What?
you're not knowing about the Little Sisters. How long have you been in Rapture?
Let's just say I don't get out much.
You've got eyes and ears, don't you?
If I wanted to share my life story, Mr. DeWitt, I would write my memoirs. If I learned anything about Rapture, thought it was a place where people understood to mind their own business.
Where are we headed?
The man we need to see is in the Garden of the Muses.
How do you know?
My sources are my own, Mr. DeWitt. If you have better information as to the whereabouts of your girl, I suggest you avail yourself of it.
The parasite hates three things: free mind, free will.
Where are you taking me?
When's the last time you saw Sally?
What?
She was taken from you, wasn't she?
How do you know this?
She was taken, down at Surprise. You were playing the tables and...
She disappeared.
And?
Cop friend of mine, Sullivan, says they found her floating in the docks.
You see the body?
Look.
Did you see the body? This world values children, not childhood. There's a profit to be made and men who make it. I'm taking you to one of them. Mr. DeWitt, you alright?
I'm fine. Just get these spells sometimes. It'll pass.
Refreshment, sir. Madam?
We're fine, thanks.
That's actually constructive use of that power.
Dr. Steinman told me he uses my picture to judge facial symmetry.
Sexual intimacy is no different than any other commodity, friend. You sell soybeans.
If you think about it, you can remember that that's the sound that was playing during a lot of those connectoscopes.
Frank Fontaine.
Suchong observed strangest of coincidences. On other side of a window, man in strange hat experimenting on Suchong's own creation. On plasmid. Man name of Fink. Outrage! Theft of intellectual property! But man name of Fink is no fool. Through addition of oxidizing agent, turns plasmid ingestible through stomach lining. Mr. Ryan very impressed with Su Chong's initiative. theft of intellectual property. Two-way street.
Best quit while you're ahead.
Are you in the know? You've doubtlessly sampled products from Fontaine Futuristics. But do you know why Ryan Industries saved it? Frank Fontaine, business leader and benefactor of mankind? Or was he the best friend the parasite ever had? Were you aware his businesses were a front for a smuggling ring? And were you also fooled by his supposed charity work? At his free clinic, patients became test subjects, and his orphanages were places that children disappeared into and never came out. Once they learned the truth, Rapture's Central Council called for the arrest of Fontaine Futuristics' owner. But, a coward to the end, Fontaine found a hail of bullets preferable to facing justice. The council asked that Ryan Industries assume the burden of stewardship of Fontaine's ill-gotten assets. And Andrew Ryan accepted that burden for the people of Rapture. Now all citizens can enjoy these products, free of criminal taint. Now you know.
Huh. Eh, why not? One more time. Ah. Ah. I'll go till I have 10. Yeah.
All that unpleasantness was... How am I going to Ah, Mr. DeWitt. Back again. And so soon.
Are you in the know? Innovation and competition are what fuel Rapture. But that fuel can be diluted with rumor or flat-out lies. The rumor monger asks, what are these so-called splicing side effects? Well, take a look around you. Do you see anything wrong with your neighbor? The rumor monger asks, why has Tenenbaum withdrawn from the public's eye? Dr. Tenenbaum is a scientific mind unparalleled, even in Rapture. She's no doubt in her lab, toiling away at her next great innovation. I heard she was in cahoots with Fontaine. Merely slander from jealous naysayers. Remember, Rapture competes through innovation, not cheap shots. Bridget Tenenbaum is a woman who represents the best of science and industry. In other words, she's a Rapture gal. Now you know.
A Rapture gal who's disgusted with herself in the voxophones in the first Bioshock.
Dimitri not asking for handout.
you in the know? The Big Daddy may look imposing, but he's a gentle giant. Do you know all he does for Rapture? These metal jets are the hands that maintain Rapture, digging the foundation out of the seabed and guiding structural supports into place. Where do these metal mysteries come from? Sorry, chum, that's a Ryan Industries trade secret. Now you know.
Locked door, and I don't have the passcode.
That's what? Another one. Hey, you got an issue with my food pen? You're welcome to put on an apron.
I had all of these visions before coming down here of Utopia. Every man with his hand on the great chain, the wheel of progress turning. Every cliche you can imagine. And what is the first thing that happens when I open up shop? Petty thievery. Now I have to lock all my valuables in a closet. Remember 2076. It's the problem with coming to Utopia, is that it still has the people.
Okay, so the code is 2076.
Whatever that barber did to you, I hope he's retained a capable attorney.
When Ryan take over Fontaine Futuristics, scene of a terrible violence. Splicers burning each other to bits. Lucky ones not killed, sent to department store prison instead. Suchong think he dead man too. But then Ryan comes to Suchong and says, Suchong want to be buried in filthy store, or Suchong want to make a good salary, work for Ryan. How much salary? Asks Suchong. This Ryan find very funny.
Just like Ghoul.
Bullet in your head.
I don't have it. The grave chain guides. Even if we can't see it,
Great chain. Over Fontaine Futuristics. Sorry.
Mr. DeWitt, I'll find my source inside of that club.
Cohen? What does that lunatic have to do with Sally?
Which business do you represent, sir?
Business?
Yes, which business?
DeWitt Investigations.
Mr. Cohen does not truck with private detectives. Masks of invitation went to artists and craftsmen alone.
I'm with the artist struggle. We're expected.
No mask, no entry.
Stuffed shirt.
These invitation masks he spoke of, they must have gone out to local artisans.
Well, I guess we'll have to persuade someone to loan us one.
The business of Rapture is business. It says it's sponsored by the artist struggle, the Golden Rule, and Rapture Records.
I guess those stores would be as good a place to start as any.
Invitations to Cohen shows are highly coveted. Nobody's gonna just hand us one.
You think you can figure out a way to distract the store owner while I take a look around?
You just find the mask. Leave the distractions to me.
What brought you to Rapture?
A man.
Really? You don't strike me as the romantic type.
Wasn't that kind of man.
Then what?
There's a debt that needs repaying.
I've known my share of Shylocks. You're no Shylock.
Wasn't that kind of debt.
Welcome, please have a look around.
Excuse me. Lady has some questions for you.
Yes, of course.
I'm interested in this piece.
Ah, excellent. You've an eye, haven't you, miss? It's a natural sapphire and diamond, 18-karat gold ring, fully hallmarked for Paris, 1887.
Really?
The center cabochon...
That's a lot of fine talk about a stolen ring. Right out of her coffin in Twilight Fields. Did you think we wouldn't
Cohen
notice?
sends those masks out in some kind of box.
The assurances of a grave robber are of no... You hand the ring back, the matter will remain between you and me.
Damn. Must be somewhere else.
I don't think so. Hit the brakes, you tramp. I'll see to it.
Get your hands off me! Witness the origins of the most important discovery in Rapture's history. Sea slugs, the incredible invertebrates that led to the creation of Adam. On display.
Might be best if we were gone when he